A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant escalation of trade tensions, President Donald Trump signed an executive order on Wednesday, imposing an additional 25% tariff on goods imported from India. This directive comes in response to India's ongoing purchases of oil from Russia, despite the international community's efforts to isolate the Kremlin following its invasion of Ukraine. The new tariffs, which will take effect in 21 days, bring the total duties on Indian products to a staggering 50%. This move marks one of the most aggressive actions taken by the Trump administration against a key trading partner, complicating U.S.-India relations further. The announcement follows a week of heightened rhetoric from Trump, who has criticized India for its trade practices, labeling its tariffs as far too high, and the country as a perpetrator of obnoxious non-monetary trade barriers. The president's actions are part of a broader strategy to pressure countries that continue to engage in business with Russia, aiming to push the Kremlin towards a peace agreement in Ukraine. In a statement, Trump noted, "I find that the government of India is currently directly or indirectly importing Russian Federation oil. Accordingly, articles of India imported into the customs territory of the United States shall be subject to an additional ad valorem rate of duty of 25%. This order aligns with Trump's ongoing trade agenda, which has frequently utilized tariffs as a tool to negotiate better deals with foreign nations. The latest tariffs come on the heels of a substantial trade deficit between the U.S. and India, which reached $45.8 billion last year, a 5.9% increase from 2023. The White House has also indicated that it is considering similar measures against other nations that continue to import Russian oil, reflecting a broader commitment to economic sanctions as a means of foreign policy. Tensions between the U.S. and India have reached a critical point, especially with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi planning a visit to China later this month. This visit marks the first time Modi will meet with Chinese leaders in over 7 years, further complicating the geopolitical landscape. The Indian government has expressed its disappointment over the new tariffs, stating that it is extremely unfortunate for the U.S. to impose such measures for actions that many other countries are also undertaking in their national interest. India's Ministry of External Affairs responded to the tariffs, asserting that the country's oil imports are driven by market factors and the need to ensure energy security for its 1.4 billion citizens. The ministry labeled the U.S. actions as unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable, emphasizing that India is being unfairly targeted for its energy choices at a time when other nations continue to engage in trade with Russia. As the situation unfolds, the implications of these tariffs could be far-reaching, affecting not only trade relations but also diplomatic ties between the two nations. Trump's administration has been vocal about its stance on Russian aggression, and this latest move signals a commitment to holding allies accountable for their economic decisions that may indirectly support the Kremlin. In a related development, Russian President Vladimir Putin met with Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, in Moscow, where discussions focused on the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Trump has given Putin a deadline until Friday to agree to a ceasefire, threatening severe tariffs and other economic penalties if he fails to comply. The urgency of these negotiations underscores the high stakes involved in the current geopolitical climate. The imposition of tariffs is not a new tactic for Trump, who has previously used economic pressure as a means to achieve favorable trade agreements. However, the current situation presents unique challenges as the U.S. navigates its foreign relations amidst a global crisis. With over 60 countries facing higher duties as part of Trump's trade agenda, the administration is clearly willing to leverage economic tools to influence international behavior. As the deadline approaches for Russia to respond to the U.S. demands, the economic landscape will undoubtedly continue to shift, impacting not only U.S.-India relations, but also the broader dynamics of global trade. The world watches closely as these developments unfold, with the potential for significant consequences on both sides of the Pacific. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.